What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my top secret recipe when it comes to a bearded dragon salad. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me, hey, my bearded dragon isn't eating, what can I do? Now, there's so many different reasons why a bearded dragon might not be interested in a salad, and one of the reasons is the salad is basically boring. So this is a salad that I could almost guarantee any bearded dragon will eat it. And if it doesn't eat it, then I guess I owe you something. But I have about, I lost count how many bearded dragons I have. I have about 9.5, I guess, with Miracle being the half, bearded dragons, and all of them eat it. Of course, Miracle might be a little bit picky right now, but most of my bearded dragons, thankfully, all eat their greens. Obviously, I try different kinds of salads. This is not just one. There's so many different ones. But today I'm going to be giving you guys one that's really solid, that hopefully your bearded dragon will eat it. And if it does, let me know on Instagram at _LordofLion. That way I could be like, okay, this is actually working. It's not just my bearded dragons. But with that being said, let's just get started with the recipe. Let's go. But before we go, oh man, you guys notice the new place? I don't think we've done one of these like in a while, but we gotta zoom in. Woo, baby. Oh man, I just want to give a 5-second or 10-second self-appreciation to anyone out there who's having a bad day. Hopefully you guys have an amazing day right after this video. I'm putting out those good energies out there. At the same time, not only am I good looking, this boy knows how to cook. Even though you really can't cook salads, but you get the whole idea, okay? Alright, enough of me zooming in and being full of myself. Let's just get started with this video. Let's go. Okay, so right in front of me, we got this bearded dragon bowl or reptile bowl. I use this to give my bearded dragons salads, and it's really early morning, so they're all expecting it. So what we're gonna be doing first is getting a good handful of Swiss chard. Now these greens are really good because, as you can see, they're almost have like a good crunch to them that I find bearded dragons liking, as well as they're really green. So I like switching over to a good green. So for instance, this might be 1 week, next week I might try collard greens or a different one, but this is basically the base. So if you haven't already, give it a try. It almost, I guess, tastes like I think that had calcium. Oh, no. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't the smartest thing to do. But basically, this almost has like that coleslaw type of taste. Coleslaw. Man, what kind of description is that? Like, clearly I wouldn't have a good cooking show. This kind of tastes like coleslaw right here. Like, how the hell does this taste like coleslaw? But basically, this has a very good like taste to it for me. I find collard greens, maybe some bearded dragons wouldn't like it. So you want maybe a green that has almost a sweet kind of taste to it, where it's not obviously too sweet, but it does have not too much of a bitter taste like a collard green might have. So this is a good base. From there, what we're gonna be doing is adding, of course, some carrots. Again, another great staple for your bearded dragons. It has a nice crunch to it. It has some good colors, as well as it tastes really good. Like, it almost tastes like it should be considered a fruit or something. Like, you know, for me, I like carrots. Now, this right here is more or less the basic go-to salad that most people would do. Very simple, very basics. Now, from there, you could just start adding even more. You could now turn this into more of a fruit salad. You might add some blueberries, maybe some strawberries, something that your bearded dragon might be a little bit more interested in. However, today I'm gonna be trying something a little bit different. I want the salad to have a little bit more protein then it does a little bit more of that sweet taste to it. But if your bearded dragons are a picky eater, definitely try putting fruit in your bearded dragon salad. Don't do it too often and don't put too many, but you know, blueberries, strawberries would go great with this salad. But today, what I'm gonna be adding is some of this Repashy grub pie. So this thing is a mixture like this, sort of like a protein powder, what it looks like. But I'm not gonna sprinkle any of that on top. What you basically need to do is turn it into a paste like this. So it's a nice hard paste. And what I'm gonna be doing is getting little tiny, I guess you could turn this into a cube, but I'm gonna make little tiny balls and put them all over the place, sort of like blueberries. All right, so as you can see, I have some right here, and all I did was basically turn it into a sort of a solid or hard paste. As you can see, it's like almost looks like Play-Doh. But what I do afterwards is just make it into balls like that. So that right there, right? And honestly, there is like a bearded dragon is not gonna look at this and be like, oh wow, like there's honestly, it's just easier for a bearded dragon to grab, I find, these circles than it is the cubes, especially if they're big chunks. So I don't want this to be the main thing when it comes to the bearded dragon going after the salad. I want this more to be the, I guess, like a little treat, like a little tiny like Easter egg, I guess, right? So I'm putting it all over the salad, right? You don't have to take this extra step. This is just labor of love. I kind of like it, making it sort of creative and look nice, right? Like I said, this is just easier for a bearded dragon to grab. They're little tiny cubes, almost like blueberries. So they don't have to basically struggle with a big piece. Like if I put a big piece like this, you know, sometimes they have trouble eating that. But then again, it all depends on your bearded dragon. Honestly, this is a lot of salad for one bearded dragon. Normally I would do just a little tiny little piece, but this is more of a demonstration. So, you know, don't take this kind of proportion and be like, I need to be feeding this amount for one bearded dragon. This could probably do 2 or maybe even 3 bearded dragons. So what we're gonna be adding next, now this is just because I'm making this into a protein salad, some bearded dragon food. These are dry pellets. They also have dry mealworms and dry flour toppings or toppers. So what I'm gonna be doing is just sprinkling just a little tiny handful like this. Like I said, this is for multiple bearded dragons, so you don't have to overdo it. And this is gonna add a little bit of a, I guess, different type of flavor. It's gonna have also some mealworms, dried up mealworms, like that. It's a good way to get your bearded dragon a little bit more interested. You know, even if you add live mealworms or live superworms in here that are moving around, it helps out because bearded dragons, they like movement. If this is just sitting there, yeah, it looks pretty. They might not even want to go ahead and eat it. What I find that really attracts them is, you know, it looking fresh as well as movement. So if you could add little tiny bugs in there moving the thing around, if this thing is moving, they might mistaken this as the worm and actually start eating that instead. So that's just a quick tip that you could do. You could add some live insects in there and your bearded dragon will highly appreciate it. But we're just gonna add some more flour tops. So we're just gonna add some in the corner. And then we're gonna add some just kind of sprinkled all over like so. Now, another thing that a lot of people do as well is that they use bee pollen to basically stimulate, I guess, some of the senses, which to me, I find bee pollen to be almost like a drug to bearded dragons when it comes to salads. And this thing right here has a little bit of it. You can kind of see I already sprinkled some, I guess, on top, but if you really want to just get bee pollen separately, there is sites that do sell it. I'll try to find one and put it in the description down below. But this is basically just as good because it has some fresh flour food topper. And as you can see, this salad's looking pretty banging. Like if I seen this at a party, I'd be like, damn, is that chocolate? Is that a chocolate salad? So hopefully my bearded dragons enjoy it. But with that being said, you know, as much as this salad is pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Now, if you don't have any of these, it's perfectly fine. You know, this, I purchased it a long time ago and I still have it. It hasn't gone bad. This, I recommend everyone should have it. This right here, if you can get it, I would definitely recommend it. But this salad right here is basically done. I could go ahead and add more, but sometimes keeping it simple is key. Now, I think any bearded dragon would go after this just because of the color, the smell, the fact that there's Repashy grub pies in there. But what I recommend is that if your bearded dragon doesn't like certain things that I put in the salad, don't put them thinking that your bearded dragon likes it. Try the things that your bearded dragon does like. So maybe add little tiny hornworms, maybe add little tiny super worms, crickets, something that your bearded dragon will like in your salad, and chances are your bearded dragon will like it. But with that being said, let's go see how my bearded dragons like this salad. Let's go. Wilbur, you excited? It's early morning, the lights just turned on. And I think Wilbur is excited for his salad. I'll be giving it to him later on. But yeah, like, hey boy, calm down, okay? You don't have to be all like grumpy in the morning, okay? I know you just woke up, but I don't know why you're so grumpy. Okay, so we got Penelope, Brienne, and Sansa. Now, where I have them is a brand new setting. And, you know, it's the first time that they're coming out outside of their enclosure in the new place. As you can see, Sansa already kind of looks freaked out. But if they pass the test of eating this salad early in the morning in a brand new setting where they might feel a little bit freaked out and a little bit, you know, skittish, then I think we passed the test. So I don't want to scare them too much, but we already look like, you know, Penelope is interested. We're just gonna put this closer to her. And if they eat, that would be amazing because, yep, she's interested. Come on, girls. So I might have to put them inside of their enclosure because like I said, I just moved over to this place. And the last thing I wanna do is, you know, freak them out. But come on, girl. She's like, what is this? Brienne over here is like just licking Sansa. Come on, girl. You could do it. It's okay. It's safe. And like I said, if you were to add some movement to this, they would probably be a lot more interested in the actual feed. And it does look like she's interested, but I think she just wants a hat. Okay, we got Brienne over here. Okay, yeah, Brienne is eating it. Yes. So like I said, it's a good sign that they are in a new place, in a new setting, and they're still eating, right? Sansa over here looks a little bit freaked out. She hasn't stopped looking at me, and I'm pretty sure if I went close to her, she will run away. She has that movement, and we'll test it out. Come on, girl, don't freak out. It's okay. Yeah, you can see like she's not happy at all. Girl, she's a little bit freaked out. So I'm gonna probably put Sansa back. Girl, why are you freaked out? And like I said, she's probably freaking out because it's a new setting, a new place. But these girls over here seem like they are definitely interested and happy that they're eating their greens in the morning. And normally I feed them inside of their enclosure, but the fact that they are eating is a good sign because this is a brand new setting for both of them, as well as for Sansa over here that's like freaking out. Girl, why are you freaking out? Hey, come on. Come on, girl. Come on. Don't be freaking out. Oh my goodness. Girl. Why are you freaking out, girl? Look. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she is definitely... Yeah, she's definitely in that panic mode. So you definitely want to make sure that your bearded dragons feel safe, especially when they're in a new environment, right? They are very, you know, sensitive creatures, and at the same time, even though these girls are used to being out and eating together and, you know, are perfectly fine, As you could see, she was interested, she was eating a little bit, but they're not devouring it because it's a brand new setting, and Sansa over there just freaked out and left the scene. So even though I wanted to show you guys them eating, I'm pretty sure that it's safe to say that they are not used to the new environment. And I think if I put them back inside of their enclosure where they're used to, they would definitely eat this salad. So let's go put them back before they freak out, and let's go get Sansa. Like, Sansa, why'd you have to leave the party like that? Come back. She's freaked out. Okay, Brienne, here you go. So I'm just gonna place a little bit inside of her enclosure. They're back inside here. They feel safe and secure. Go ahead, girl, you could eat that. No, you wanna just go explore? Okay, here you go. I'm gonna place some right there. For some reason, Penelope likes eating like on her, like right underneath her. She finds it a little bit hard to eat from these dishes. So I do need to get her something a little bit different. But as you can see, she's back inside of her enclosure and she's definitely interested. And she's definitely interested in her salad, which is amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this recipe and give it a try. We're gonna see if Wilbur up here. Okay, Wilbur, you want some of this? I know you're grumpy. I don't think he's gonna eat it, but you never know. Oh yeah. He's like, I'm grumpy, but I'll eat this flour salad. Here you go, boy. So he's definitely grumpy. It could be different reasons. I think it's just because it's a different time that I wake them up. So he's definitely like, hey, why is this human up this early talking to me? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of my bearded dragon salad recipe. If you guys do give it a try, let me know on Instagram. That way I could be like, hey, like this actually worked, or hey, this actually didn't work. But I'm gonna go ahead and give all of my bearded dragons their salad, and hopefully they all enjoy it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm Lord of Lion. This right here is Penelope. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification.